Hi everyone. How are you? So today on Twitter, I came across this biography that Harry has posted on a speaker website or Powerhouse. Looks like it was just put up, and so this is Prince Harry, the evil Prince Harry's biography, and I'm gonna look at it a little bit. But first, I want to focus on his picture there. Now, anyone who follows the body language guys, or anyone who does body language, look at his smile, right? Besides the fake hair on top photoshopped in, look how one side of his mouth goes up, it curls up. And I think most people know, if you follow body language, like Chase Hughes and the rest of them, that that is called the face of contempt. When you have a tightened and raised lip corner on one side of the face, contempt is the only unilateral expression, and it can occur with or without a hint of a smile or angry expression. So all you need is that lip curl. You're not looking at the eyes. Very often they look at the eyes too, like for smiles to see if it's authentic. But with this expression, if you see one side going up, it's always contempt. It means that you are so beneath him that you are just regarded as just an insect, a bug. And that's the picture, that's the face of his picture here. And reading his biography here, it confirms everything you see in the picture. Prince Harry is a quote humanitarian. And of course, humanitarian is synonymous with mass murder nowadays because they all Bill Gates is a humanitarian. Everyone who calls themselves a humanitarian nowadays. Mental health advocate. Mental health advocate. He wants to use and abuse mental health to try to bring in censorship. Environmentalists, right? So all these things are a part of the UN Agenda 2030 is what I'm getting at. The environmentalists, i.e., the COP 30 with their alleged climate change, and the head of the UN wants it so that if anybody poo-poos their lies about climate change, they want to get you censored for mis and disinformation, which of course Harry is involved in. Military combat veteran. Yeah, Harry was surrounded by security the entire time he was there. He's such a liar. Uh, he was Bunker Harry. What was his nickname again? Bunker Harry or something. Uh, Next, it says his work is dedicated to creating a positive and lasting change, creating a positive and lasting change, i.e., bringing in the New World Order uh, for communities and the planet. Of course, for the globe, it's global, particularly in advancing conversations around resilience and healing. Okay, so the resilience and healing. So these are all key words. See, the UN uses doublespeak like the Marxist communists do with their black and white and whatnot. So if you look up resilience with the UN, you can see, for example, here, the UN system emphasizes sustainable development, right? So sustainable is meaning take away all the resources from everyone and give it to the top 1%, with Harry's Meghan are part of. And a 2030 agenda not be achieved without building resilience. So they use the word resilience, particularly in the face of interconnected and systemic risks such as climate change, ecosystem, disease outbreaks, etc. So resilience is a key word, as well as sustainable with the 2030 agenda, where you own nothing and be happy and eat bugs. So Harry is quite clearly expressing that he's a globalist here yet again. Uh, and all of the language of the UN is an inversion. It's very a satanic inversion. So it basically means the opposite of what it actually they're doing. So these are Harry and Meghan again advancing the globalist agenda with his face of contempt. So he goes on to say in 2021 he served as chief impact officer at Better Up, which is a plagiarized scam of Better Health, which was a legitimate mental health app. Uh, the largest mental health, and he calls it the largest mental health and coaching startup in the world. Like, no, it's not true. Better Health is much bigger. It was around a lot longer. And along with his wife, I noticed him and Meghan are doing my husband, my now husband, and my wife. They don't name each other. This isn't whatever. Um, he has become an investor in Ethic, a sustainable investing platform. Now, I know I covered a video on this investment. We learned that they were doing this ethic investment back in, I think, 2020. And I mentioned it in a video, and I'm sure TRG's covered it. This Ethic Investment is a globalist organization where they benefited from the vaccines, making money from the vaccine. So Harry and Meghan have financially benefited from Bill Gates's death shots, among other things. So while the assets of the middle class are being stripped away through the corrupted, organizations, the healthcare, and everything else, Ethic is benefiting from that. So Harry and Meghan are benefiting from that as well. So it's another source of their income, a globalist source of their income. And then it says in the same year, he was asked to join a panel of experts. Experts. Katie Couric is an expert. Chris Krebs, an expert, and all the other losers that were on there, CIA assets. So he actually puts on his biography. He joined a panel of experts at the Aspen Institute's Commission for Information Disorder. He puts this on his biography. He has no shame in it. He's proud of it. In 2023, he was named New York Times bestseller author of his memoir Spare, which became the fastest selling nonfiction book of all time. Its release date. And of course, he didn't write it. He had a ghostwriter, and the book was just full of lies because he's satanic and he does nothing but lie. And we all know that there's nothing. Everybody was disgusted with him in his book about his frozen Todger. It was all a bunch of nonsense. It's all insanity. It's all satanic insanity to make people crazy. Prince Harry is a respected voice. No, he's not. He's an evil POS. But he says here he is a respected voice on global issues. And in recent years, he has delivered impactful, I think is another UN term, keynotes, because Meghan and him, you both use it all the time, impactful keynote addresses at the United Nations, of course, because they want the United Nations to take over the world. And Harry's lining himself up with Meghan there. The United Nations General Assembly, and he brags about being a part of the Clinton Global Initiative. He's bragging about that. The criminal Hillary. Yeah, I'm with Hillary. And he's got that sadistic, mass murdering dictator. He cannot wait. He cannot wait to subject you all to digital IDs and digital currency, where he is going to be at the top. Him and Meghan are going to be, as you can say, the champagne socialists, the top 1%, while you're all groveling for a few bugs to eat because you're not allowed to eat more meat that month. He can't wait. Him and Meghan are definitely dictators. They're on board, and he is evil AF. And now the scam seems to be with him and his globalist buddies is he puts up a speaking engagement. Oh, I'm a speaker now. Like this idiot who has nothing to say about anything, has no expertise in anything. He just puts his, little bio of evilness up there, and his globalist buddies will pay him hundreds of thousands, if not millions, to get on stage and speak about his mother. You know, so this is the scam. This is how him and Meghan make money. This is their quote unquote work. Funneling money around and making money for doing nothing. So he's doing all this while at the same time we're hoping that his visa status is taken away, but we may be hoping too much from this globalist. You know, all the governments of the world seem controlled by the same globalist entities. So, hmm, how's Harry's, evil plots, plans, and he's been going straight ahead here with all his evil plots and plans, and it's really been eye opening. I mean, Katie Couric, who knew how evil she was? I mean, some people knew already. So many evil faces that being exposed from this. They're all in, and they all need to be held accountable. Well, let's see how Harry's evil agenda here. Now, the story that the peasants are being fed is that there's a big drama between him and his family, and William's not going to let him back. There's also stories that he is going back. I hope he does. I hope he gets the hell out of America because we hate him. So let's see. People that know what he's about hate him and should hate him, or people need to know what he's really about. So, how's Harry's evil agenda? I'm going to general look at his evil UN 2030 agenda here, and the censorship, the information disorder. The only people passing information disorder is Harry and Meghan with their lies, constantly lying. And his book was full of lies, and everything in it was a lie. And it's been documented and proven over and over again. But they still just, they pay no repercussions. Instead, they go around bragging about being New York Times bestsellers. I mean, it's absolutely this is total satanic inversion. This is what totalitarianism. They want to push down their crazy beliefs and make it force you to accept their crazy beliefs. Uh, they're force you to accept their reality, that men can be women and that it's okay. Pedophilia is okay. They're trying to promote pedophilia, PDFing. Okay, I just said the word by accident. But this is what they're pushing. This is what this whole UN Agenda 2030 pushes. All this is coming from the UN. All this ESL, DEI, all of this, all these craziness, men and women's spaces. Let's see, how's Harry? Harry and Meghan are very much a part of this. They're playing their role. So let's take a look at how Harry's evil agenda is going. He's not that smart, but he is surrounded by intelligent and very wealthy people, and he's a front man. He's the person they put out in front. Of course, there's a lot of people behind him that you don't see that are much more powerful or equally. So, and we all know the royal family and the COP 30 that or COP 20, whichever one it is now. They all support it. They're all part of it and speak about it and push the agenda. We have yet to see how that all pans out, but it's not going well. Not going well for the humanity because of these quote unquote humanitarians. So let's see here. How is Harry's evil agenda going? He's very evil man, very miserable, nasty, evil Satanist. And I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I mean, people can see how evil Meghan is, but Harry is just as bad, if not worse. Yeah. How does he feel now with Trump in office? I'm wondering how it's going to go for him with his evil plots and plans. I was going to go, let's say, for the next year. Him and Meghan have not gone on any more fake royal tours recently since they stopped getting our tax dollars. Our tax dollars paying for them. They love it too. They love using the peasants' tax dollars to fund their lifestyle. Oh, they're so evil. They just like laugh about it. I mean, it really is so evil and nasty. And at the same time, they're selling you their cheap syrupy jams and $100 candles without wicks. I mean, this is the haha satanic haha joke. They live off your tax dollars and then sell you this garbage, white label garbage, and it's all a joke on you if you're stupid enough to buy their crap or donate money like the Sussex Squad do. Anyhow, people are one of the wealthiest people in the world. They're not running out of money at all. Harry's never going to run out of money. Let's see. How's Harry's evil plots and plans? He's with Bill Gates and all the BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, all the globalists. Bank of International Settlements, World Economic Forum, you name it all, Davos. The whole, all group, all one group. How's it gonna go? How's Harry's evil agenda going? How is it gonna go? Is he expecting it's gonna go? What's he worried about? How does he see the people? Mr. Humanitarian? Are people affecting him? Or it's just how Trump is affecting him too? Uh, let's see how people are affecting him. What's he hoping for the next year? His evil agenda, and how's it gonna go? Let's find out. Prince Harry and his evil agenda. The evil Prince Harry, Prince of Darkness, Satanist. Let's see what the cards show. Queen of Swords. I see him, this can see this as speaking domestically, but a woman dealing with a woman helping him, working very closely with him, which you could see as Megalodon, Miss Rachel Zane, or his, women that he has around him on his team, working very closely with. Five of Cups reversed. Not very happy. I can also see this as, pushing a sharp, pointy object here, shaped like a Bill Gates death shot, so that you could see this as also part of the what's on his mind and his agenda, but also speaking and information because he's also about mis and disinformation. So that's forefront on his mind. But I see that he's also very unhappy with the Five of Cups. He's not making the progress. He hasn't gotten the dictatorship he so desperately wants. So he's, depressed that things are not moving along as quickly as they would like. They want things done already. They want people imprisoned in their digital prisons. They want people locked down and under their mind control. Judgment reversed. Yeah. So they want judgment upright, but they're so far they haven't gotten there yet. And so I get that this is like they're trying to make the new world order a brand new life, but one where they're the dictators and everyone's impoverished. So we're still working towards that. I think he feels like it's taking a long time, too long for him, and it's still working towards it. Of course, delayed because of Donald Trump, no doubt. And he's very much. I also see this as him being a mouthpiece, being all him and Meghan do is they grab a microphone wherever they go. And they have nothing to say. They have no expertise, and yet they're constantly getting on stages, constantly getting a microphone, constantly blathering away. And he's on a speaking website, him and Megalodon. But I mean, who are they to speak about anything? No one in their right minds. It's obviously a scam because no one in their right minds is going to hire him to speak. He has nothing to offer. He has no knowledge. He's stupid and he's evil. And all he does is regurgitate UN Agenda 2030 talking points. And that's all he has to offer is that he's a prince. That's it. And he's not a good one at that. Although they're trying to promote him now because they want to bring him back to the UK. So I just saw an article where they're like, oh, Harry's a born prince. He's natural at it. It's just Meghan that's dragging him down. They're both dragging everyone down. The bottom of it all. Oh, here we go. My goodness. Five of Cups now, Four of Cups. Again, another Cups emotional. I think he feels like he's searching for opportunities, new opportunities now, because he's lost opportunities because he lost the USAID money funding him and Megalodon. So he's feeling like he's grasping at new opportunities to speak and to make money because they haven't been able to go on their royal tours. And unhappiness, both of these cards are very like unhappy, just bored. You can see there's drinking too much, drugging too much as well as a result. But he's a very, very unhappy, very miserable man. He's spoiled. He has nothing to offer except killing people and lying about them and oppressing them. But he expects you to feel bad for him because his mother died while he goes around and supports mass murder. So he's a very deranged, diabolical man with a plan, though. He is part of the plan. How does things been going so far for him? Ace of Pentacles was been a new opportunity. There are new opportunities to make money that he has been taking part of, and there are more always going to be large sums of money available to him and opportunities because of who he is. So, and this just confirms he's looking for new avenues and he has gotten something. This is in the past, so he's got some new revenue stream going on here, opened up to him that he wasn't using before because he has to make up for what he lost. He's not happy about it though, so I don't think he's happy about being on stage in this fashion and selling himself as a speaker. I think he probably, but that look of contempt on the on the picture, I think he feels it's beneath him because it really is a real royal. It is beneath a real royal, but Harry's lowering himself a bit in order to bring in the new world order. He's playing his part here. What's he expecting to happen? Oh, Seven of Wands. Yeah, he knows that the evidence against him is overwhelming and people have woken up and people are upset, obviously, and enraged and getting more and more so as more and more information about the death shot strips out. And he knows that he's going to be overwhelmed with criticisms and nobody likes him anymore. It's getting worse and worse over time. And he's, constantly, he's not getting away with things like he was in the beginning when they first landed in America. Him and Meghan were able to the fact he would brag about being on a censorship board like Katie Couric and the rest of them just shows how deluded and out of touch he is. And perhaps he wants this. Part of the draw of Harry and Meghan are that they're controversial and they bring in people. The whole idea is for Harry and Meghan to be a magnet to bring in every overwhelming criticisms so he can turn around and say, hate speech, I'm censoring you, misinformation, misinformation. So him and Megan are meant to be the catnip, right, for everybody to react to. And everybody is reacting, as you see nowadays. I mean, I don't think there's any gossip channel or that's not talking about them nowadays. And so that is intentional. And that's so this may be from his perspective and Megan's perspective a positive because they want to draw in that clickbait. That's what gives them more power with deals and also it helps push his agenda of censorship. So what is he afraid of or not want? Oh, 9 of Cups. Wow. So I think that he's concerned that people are going to he's going to get perhaps too comfortable with how things are. Um, his arrogance is showing. I often see this as like it's just an arrogance card. Like I have it all, you idiots. So he's trying not to be too complacent and he's lazy. This would be a card of just hanging out, drinking, taking ayahuasca, not surfing. Apparently, he has a new girlfriend with the surfing lessons. I don't know. I don't think that surfing video was all AI. So I wouldn't doubt he's never surfed at all. It wouldn't surprise me if Harry has never surfed. And these just might be stories we're hearing. I don't know. Or he may be still trying to do it and he can't do it, even though his brother can. But that video they put out with him allegedly surfing is totally AI. But I do get that he's concerned that he's spending too much time at parties and drinking with Megalodon, that nothing's going to get done. And that would be ideal, actually. So, one good thing is they are incompetent and lazy and indulgent. And so, uh, you know, they're not really, even though they're part of the New World Order agenda, they're functionally useless in so many ways, but they are aggravating. They are irritating, that's for sure. Oh, so what he wants. There it is. You all know I don't even have to say anything, King of Cups is he wants to take on his brother's role. He wants to do everything his brother's doing. He wants to be king. He wants to co-rule and he wants to be seen as equal to him in every way, shape, or form. And even just leaving the royal family and living on his own is part of his, look what I did and you can't do it. And that's another reason why he's going to try to push his way to be a king. He'll say, look, I understand how regular people live. I'm living like a regular person, even though he's not, you know, but a regular globalist top 1% person, maybe, but still but he has lived outside of the palace. So he is trying to outdo his brother for sure. How are the people affecting Harry? How are the general public? Ooh, a 9 of Wands. Yeah, I think he can't believe that people don't stop and give up and are still talking about the fake belly bumps. Yeah, you see these guys bending over with the belly there. He can't believe it, but he's not going to stop either, because he's got all the money and support. But Wands again with the media, social media and postings, information. Yeah, he's I think that of course, the minor arcana, so he's not intimidated or anything. He's up here defending everything that people, keep pointing out the lies and the evilness of them. But he recognizes that people are not going to bend the knee to him, and he's trying to make people bend the knee to him, and that's not going to happen. People are going to stand up, and they're not going to back down, particularly this country with his censorship and his scam of a mental health app, in my opinion. So how are things gonna go in the near future? Ooh, 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 he's gonna get nasty. Look out, he's gonna be getting nasty and more vicious, and it's gonna be trickier. Um, you notice the lights, there's like Ouroboros lights. Have you heard that a lot of people are seeing the aurora lights in the sky and they're saying that that's being done by HARP or something? I don't know. But I do see some bullying, trickiness. Harry's got, I don't know if he's got him and Christopher Boozy are up to something here, but I see Sussex Squad. But Harry's evilness is going to continue, although it's a minor arcana, so he's not going to be having the impact he had under Biden, but he is still up to his evil tricks. As we know, he is going to court, and that may be part of it. But he's up to his evil. He's doing it secretively under the cover. So it's not necessarily going to be broadcast. It's that like the way they deplatformed us is going to be going on, but you may not hear about it in the general population. But he is going to be continuing his evilness and getting more evil, even though he's doing it behind the scenes. Kind of like that assassination attempt at Donald Trump, which happened to happen on his birthday in 2024. Coincidentally, not coincidentally, in my opinion. So it could be something of that nature as well. I mean, I don't know if it's that exactly, but just that his evilness and the people he's connected to, the Ukraine and the Nazis and everything else, all his powerful connections, he's up to some evil for sure. And in the long term, for the next year, oh my God, even Three of Swords, causing more pain, more suffering, more arguing, more upsets, more fights, more divisiveness. Wow. So his evilness is going to continue or get worse. He is going to continue instigating people, being nasty, being evil, being in a secretively attacking people with his Sussex squad and behind the scenes, and also just provoking people and creating upsetting them. While there's a mass murder going on around the world, he's going to be upsetting people and disturbing them and lying. And yeah, so he's going to continue his evil, particularly with words, the censorship of the mind, information, swords of swords. It's going to be nasty and strategic and heartless and just evil as he and Meghan are. So there you have it. Harry continues his evil along with the UN Agenda 2030 plan that he is on. They are still working, even though they've been waylaid a bit. I mean, the fact that they would mow down uh, all these trees to have their COP30 thing, which Donald Trump commented on as well. They built a 4-lane highway in the Amazon for COP30, it was called. But I mean, it's such a satanic inversion, haha joke. Like, oh, climate change. We're gonna mow down the Amazon to make a 4-lane highway so we can land our private jets on it. But don't you dare say that climate change doesn't exist, right? So this is the evilness of the inversion of what they're doing and why it's not just being dictators and oppressive, but it's satanic as well. As Maria Z, who has gone through many of their documents and understands their languages, pointed out, they actually do talking to demons on the other side. Their agenda has been dictated through the demons and the worship that they do. They're Saturnian, so they're actually being influenced by evil, literal evil forces, and they proudly say this in their documents. So yeah, there you have it. This is how evil. It's very evil, and this is what Harry's pushing. Yeah, and he's going to continue. And oh, it was blocked. Part of my line here. Here we go. Take that away. There you go. This is how it looks over here. Apologies about that. Didn't realize that was in the way. But yeah, there you have it. Very evil, very nasty, very strategic, and will continue. He's going to get nastier. I think he's going to get nastier over the next year. Harry and Meghan are pissed. All right, that Trump's in office. They're pissed, and they want to be nastier than before, and they will be. Lying, manipulating young people's minds, provoking people, trying to get them to platform to whatever they can do to be as nasty and evil as possible with their comments, I'm sure, and other things. So there you have it. Harry's fighting dirty Harry. That's what the next year is going to be like with him, dirty Harry, and even dirtier Meghan. So I hope you found this interesting. Please like and subscribe. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.